You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise.
What's up, brownies? This is going to be part 4 of the Carlos Collins story. Now, if you have not already watched the first 3 parts, go ahead and do so and then come back to this one. This video is going to focus on the actual capture and takedown of Marcus Johnson. If you recall, we learned in previous videos that Precinct 4 is actually less than half a mile away from the apartment complex. So it would have taken them a minute to get there, but it took them 30 minutes. Here's what bugs me. The courtesy officers for that apartment complex. One of them is a JPD homicide detective, and the other is a Mississippi Highway Patrol officer. Now, they live in the building that's adjacent, and then the actual property manager lives on the 2nd floor of the same building that this incident took place. And y'all couldn't get this under control while you were here. And this is a man that already had a restraining order out for him. So the failure to apprehend the suspect when he was right in your backyard and was just in your custody 2 days prior led to a 2-county and 2-parish chase across 2 states. But it took all of these different counties and parish law enforcement officers to get this under control an hour away when you couldn't do it a minute away. Sounds like to me somebody needs to be keeping a close eye on JPD. But at any rate, let's go ahead and watch the live footage from someone from Vicksburg News that was on the scene as the capture and arrest was taking place.
David Day, Vicksburg Daily News. We're here on I-20 westbound in Louisiana, about mile marker 140 or so. We see you have a huge contingency of law enforcement officers here. A murder suspect was picked up by a Clinton. Murder suspect was picked up in Clinton and on the interstate. And Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace had set up a contingent. There they go. There's the individual right there. They set up a group of officers, county and city, to follow the individual, and they've been following him ever since Warren County. You can see we have Mississippi Highway Patrol, numerous Louisiana law enforcement agencies, several Vicksburg, Warren County units on scene, and looks like they got him with spike strips about 140. About 140 they got him with spike strips, and his vehicle just ran out of air right here, and they were able to safely apprehend after a very long chase, and they have the situation under control. You can see we have a massive contingent. Law enforcement, the interstate is shut down at this point while they work on getting this individual into the vehicle. You can see they're putting away the high-powered weapons now. They're congratulating each other. This has been a hell of a chase.
Will you at least be on this side when we go?
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll stay over here.
No, not over here. Over here.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you
this lane is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want you to be safe. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Louisiana deputies, sheriff, getting us in a safe location. That's always their primary concern, is that everyone be safe. You can see they're all congratulating each other on safe apprehension. And here again, we're on I-20, westbound about mile marker 140 in Louisiana. One suspect in custody out of that vehicle. They've been chasing that vehicle since it entered Warren County. You can see Sheriff Martin Pace over here. They have safely apprehended that individual. The spike strips were effective about mile marker 141 behind us. They're able to safely bring this person in. It looks like they're going to bring an ambulance in just to check on everyone, I guess, including the individual, make sure that they are okay. This is a wanted murder suspect out of Jackson. Wanted murder suspect out of Jackson. They picked him up somewhere over by Clinton. There's some commotion behind us. They picked him up somewhere around Clinton and followed him through Warren County. They waited until they were almost through Warren County to a safe location before they lit him up. And they lit him up in Warren County. He proceeded across the bridge into Louisiana and did not yield to numerous marked vehicles with their lights and sirens on from Warren County and City of Vicksburg and Mississippi Highway Patrol. Several agencies in Louisiana joined up with Warren County and the City of Vicksburg to work to get this individual together, and I'm going to guess at least 8 agencies came together to apprehend this person. They safely apprehended him at the high-speed chase on the interstate, at least 100 miles an hour, many times. And then finally at mile marker 141 or so, they were able to get the spike strips out. They had it on both. He'd avoided at least 2 spike strips, maybe 3 prior to that. And looks like might get a good look at him here. He had avoided 2 or 3 spike strips prior to that. And here at mile marker 141 westbound, they were able to throw out spike strips across the entire interstate, and he had nowhere to go. He hit the strip, and here, not even, let me spin around so you can see, that overpass back there is where they had the strips, and you can see he's down right here. So spike strips effective, brought him to a halt. This is a former police officer, according to radio traffic, wanted murder suspect out of Jackson. Safely in custody, and there's a lot of activity going on right now. We'll see if we can get Warren County Sheriff. Of course, the deputies and police officers, law enforcement here are very happy with this outcome. There was no accident, there was no injury. It was a safely executed chase through the area. This wanted murder suspect out of Jackson is now in that state police vehicle, Louisiana State Police vehicle, safely in custody. Again, a wanted murder suspect out of Jackson, picked up in Clinton. Warren County Sheriff Martin Pace, his team, and then City of Vicksburg police officers teamed up. They picked him up somewhere around 61 North on I-20 westbound. They followed him from a distance through most of Warren County until they got past, they got to a safe area, and then they lit him up. They turned on their lights, they turned on their sirens, and he failed to yield. He went on across the bridge in Louisiana, and here we are some 40 miles into Louisiana, maybe 50 miles in, and they waited, they took their time, they finally got him with the spike strips, and he is now safely in custody. We're going to stay here with this for a little while longer. We don't know what agency this individual was with. We just know he's a former police officer, so he knew the tactics, he knew what they were going to do, he knew how everything went, and they just waited him out. They played the smart game on this, they played the long game. As you can see, we have multiple agencies, multiple law enforcement here, and they've opened up one lane of I-20 West, by the way. Looks like we have a wrecker coming in. They were coordinating massive assets to coordinate this. You can see they had an ambulance ready to go. They had units all up and down the interstate, and just a well-executed program by many agencies. I lost count of the agencies, but we came through Delta. We're past Tallulah. Like I say, we're about mile marker 140 or so. Individual is in custody. No injury, no damage to anyone. Looks like they're going to put him on the stretcher, though. And we're going to stay with that. Normally, when they pull out a stretcher, we'll back off. Warren County Sheriff being congratulated by many agencies for working together. They played the smart long game.
We do have a suspect in custody named Marcus Johnson. He's wanted for murder out of the city of Jackson, a Jackson Police Department case. Deputy Dusty Keys, a Vicksburg PD officer, and Trooper Kirby Stewart initially got behind him. Deputy Keys spotted him at about the 6-mile marker. Pursuit started at that point. Agencies involved were Richland Parish, Madison Parish, Delta Police Department, and Louisiana State Police. We are some 20 miles outside of Monroe, Louisiana right now. He is in custody. He is headed to the Richland Parish Jail, where he will stay. We do have JPD investigators that have arrived on the scene with us. This is a JPD case, so any further information about Mr. Johnson's homicide case, I will refer to JPD.
Sheriff Pace, I know you have a lot to do. Thank you so much for taking the moment to speak with us.
So you